Hello and welcome back to Danielle's Desk. Today we're going to be working in a new notebook. This is by the James Method. It's called the Word Study, and I'm pretty excited. So let's get to it. So I purchased this a while back, and I'm finally getting a chance to get into it and do word studies. So I thought, since this is a loop group video and the word for this video is patience, that would be an excellent word to start out on. So I've been working on this for about a week and a half, and I think that it's finally come together. I think that the Lord has given me something to share with you. So I am very excited. So we will do like a flip through of everything. But what you see here on top is a new kit that is from a Glittery Life Plans. I actually have her planner card right here. This is her information, and I'm also going to have it listed below. She's participating in the Planner Boss Collective Christmas in July sale that's running from the 25th, 26th, and 27th, I believe it is. There is a special code and whatnot. So if you're watching this video while the sale is going on, I will have all those details listed below. But this is her exclusive kit from Planner Boss Collective, and I thought this would be a really good time to use it, obviously. And so I'll start with the larger sticker. So this is a B6 size sticker. It is so pretty. It's giving me like writing a book vibes, very neutral, very fall. I feel like this is really some good transition stickers. Also, there are some tiny stickers that are in the collection as well. I just think that they're just so pretty and so perfect for your planner. So good. Here's one more right here. Oh, here's another one. So pretty. Love that typewriter. And then we have some extra large, which is my favorite. So we have some of those. And she has a ton of other stuff, including a lot of faith planning and faith quotes, scripts, all those things. She is my go-to shop for all things faith planning. So I do want to mention that. I featured her here on this channel so many times, but here's the information. I will have everything linked below for you. So the notebook that we're going to be using today is by the James Method. I will also have the James Method listed below. I do believe she still has these stocked in her shop. It's called the Word Study by the James Method. It is a gold coil, and it is a hardcover. On the back it's just plain. I don't think they come in many different colors, but I had to pre-order this one when it first came out, so I'm not sure what's currently available since I haven't purchased from the James Method in a while. There is a pocket that is here for you to just kind of like maybe put some post-it notes or things like that in there. This is the landing page here. Here is an introduction from Lauren, so you can read that. And here is how to use. So I've always loved the fact, even when I was verse mapping, I love the fact that Lauren always includes these how-tos, especially if this is your first time doing it. But this doesn't necessarily mean like, oh my goodness, like you have to do it this particular way, but this kind of gives you a guide to how to use it. And then these are parsing verbs, and you'll see what parsing is in a minute. But she kind of assists you with kind of some study helps and tips and things like that here. And then here is where you will document what page, the word that you're doing, that type of thing, just so you can keep a running list of word studies that you've done so you don't duplicate. And then here is Danielle's messy notes. So excuse everything, but I kind of transferred like stuff that was in my notebook onto like sticky notes here. So it's not the best looking, but I wanted to be as organized as I could for this video, so it wouldn't be like super long. If you're interested in these post-it notes, you can find them on the website. They're used when I use these for verse mapping, but you can use them for whatever. It says cross references, context, translations, and observations. And I think you get them in a pack. It's been so long ago since I've used these, but excuse me, I do have them in my collection. So what we're going to do is, before we decorate everything, and we may decorate while I write, but we'll just kind of see how it goes. I did pull out my little handy bag. This is also from the James Method. It says Happy Mapper. And these are all her like highlighters and pens, because I wasn't sure if I would be using any of these, but I just went ahead and just put them out. I am going to go in with my favorite pen, which is the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. This is what I use for everything, like everything. And I am going to write in the best way that I know how. Patience here. Hopefully my spacing will be okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, that'll work, right? And so we're gonna put today's date, which is July 25th, 2025. Today is my mother and father's anniversary. It would have been 60, is it 61 years? I think it's 61 years. I lost my dad almost 2 years ago. So we're going to go and see my mother later on today. So I'm trying to see if I just want to continue with the brush pen. I love my brush pen so much. Or if I want to go in with my Uniball 207 Plus. I'm not sure what I want to do exactly. So I'll just go in with my brush pen. I always feel very comfortable with my brush pen. I hope that so we're gonna do derivatives, and I'm just going to, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just making sure. So patient to impatient, three, self-control. I'm gonna tell you, I don't believe anything is by accident, but when the list came out for the loop group, and you know, I tried to do things in advance, especially with, you know, anything faith planning, especially if I'm going to film. And I started, you know, like praying about it, and I didn't realize how much I struggle with patience. And I know that I get impatient. Like I know that's, you know, I know I do, but when I really started like paying attention to what was going on, like seriously, like I was like, oh Danielle, like you seriously have a problem. I'm trying to see really quick. I know I have other brush pens. I want to use a different color if I can. I have my like planner bag near me, so I have like other colors that like we can use. So I think I'm going to put out those two. I also have gray too, but I'm not going to use gray. Anyway, I was like, oh yeah, Danielle, you got a problem. Like it's bad. And then as a result, what I've learned is that when I get impatient, that I also get anxious. Like I feel like that I'm in a rush, And I don't know if y'all feel that way, but I definitely do. And I started, you know, actively praying about that. And especially in the moment, I started doing that. I'm going to write this really quick before I start talking, because I want to make sure that I don't mess up on this. THYMEO. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to look really quick. So she put a scripture there, so we'll go back and put a scripture there. I've looked at a number of different scriptures while I studied this. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, yeah, like I started actively just kind of praying, you know, and especially in the moment and things. And I'm still struggling. Like I'm not, this is an ongoing thing, but it was an eye-opener once I started diving into the definition, concordance, you know, all those things, and really started saying, like, you know, Danielle, you have a problem. So here is the definition, and I'm going to try to write small if I can. So virtue characterized, may not fit everything here, by forbearance. Forbearance really kept coming up quite a bit when I was studying. And endurance. Also, endurance came up quite a bit. It says tolerate delays, troubles, or sufferings without becoming angry or upset. So I'm going to put a little dot right here. I'll put another dot right there, and I'll put tolerate delays. I mean, just yesterday, I was having a meeting with a counselor for my daughter, because we're doing a lot of prep work and stuff for college. She's special education, so I'm trying to get her prepared. We were meeting with a counselor yesterday. The counselor was new, and she was a pecker as far as her, you know, typing, and she had a mentor with her, and she was just slow as molasses, right? And I could feel myself getting agitated because it wasn't moving along in the speed that I felt like it should. And it wasn't her fault. Like, she was so nice, and why was I getting agitated? And like, it's not her fault. She has to learn. I mean, you know, but it's just like little small things like that. Also, another big thing for me is if I'm in my Jeep and like the car in front of me is moving slow. You know what I mean? Like, I start getting, you know, agitated, you know. So it's just certain things. So with parsing, it's analyzing the grammatical structure of it. Like, is it a verb? Is it a noun? That type of thing. And so here, if you notice, I put two Strong's numbers, and because one is a verb and one is a noun, because I found a verb, like verb and noun. It's used in a verb and noun. So anyway, I wanted to write that too. I think I'm going to do that one in red. So I'm just going to put verb and noun. So anyway, it's just about, comment down below and let me know if you feel comfortable. You don't have to, but what are you struggling with? Like, what do you need to go to God with and say, you know what, I'm struggling with this specifically with patience, or maybe it's something in general. I'm not sure. But for me, you know, it's a struggle. Okay, I'm trying to, I feel like I'm missing some notes. Okay, so I have the lexicon. I have the concordance. Oh, usage. Okay, so these were the scriptures that I found. Like I told you, I have been diving into scripture. So let's see, what do I want to, do I just want to go with brown, or do I want to go with black? We'll go back to the black. So these are not all of the verses that I went to, but these were the ones that resonated with me, and we're gonna take one and choose, which I'm probably going to choose Galatians, to be honest with you, because God just kept bringing me back to that one. But you can definitely take a screenshot of these scriptures, and they are in regards to patience. James is another good one. James is one of my favorite books of the Bible. Daniel is my absolute favorite, but James is in the top 5. You can get so much fulfillment, and most people resonate with James a lot. So I don't think I've ever found a person that says, you know what, James is just not it, you know. Okay, so as far as concordance, was a couple of highlights. Enduring trials, waiting on God. This is a big one for a lot of people, including myself, especially for impatient people. They don't want to wait on anybody, even though they know they should. I'm talking about myself too. Fruits of the Spirit. This is where the Lord was taking me during my study. And you can find fruits of the Spirit in Galatians 5:22 through 23. I actually have 22 right there. And then love and relationships. And if you want to know more about that, you can find that at 1 Corinthians. I think it's somewhere between like 3 and 4, chapter 13, verses 3 and 4, somewhere in there. So love. And then in regards to in lexicon, it was acceptance and tolerance. And I have some notes on there that I want to write on the other side when I flip it around in regards to that. Especially tolerance. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like that word tolerance. I don't know why, but I just don't. I don't like the word, but I understand the word. I respect the word from a biblical perspective, but I don't like the word. I don't know. Like, I know some women don't like submissiveness or submission. But if you ever do a deep dive into that word study, you will find that it is not what you think. I never had a problem with the word, but if you do a deep dive into it, you will absolutely know. You will look at it totally different. So before I flipped this around, I'm going to go ahead and turn to Galatians, so I can write out the verse. I'm going to be probably writing it out in CSB, which is Christian Standard Bible. And so we'll go ahead and turn to Galatians 5:22. And again, this is where it lists the fruits of the Spirit, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience. There's your patience right there. Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And it then says the law is not against such things. So I encourage you to read this in its entirety. But I'm going to go ahead and write this one out, and I'm going to go back and do this one in red. So we're going to say, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace. And then I'm going to come here and take this and put in bold, patience. right? Because that's our word. So patience, kindness. Goodness. Faithfulness. Gentleness. And self-control. Okay, so that's our scripture, and I need to write a find room. Probably I'll do it this way, and I'll put Galatians 5, and then 22 through 23. Okay, perfect. All right. So we got that side all done. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side before we start using the stickers and decorating. So we're going to move to this side. I wrote my takeaway, which is down here because I didn't want to forget it. But I do have a few notes that I do want to add here. And we will do these in brown. I want to have my little stickies all messed up. So there's 5 points that I kind of like have nuggets or takeaways or whatever you want to do. So call it. Number 1 is acceptance and tolerance. I talked about that. Actually, I don't like the way this one writes. Acceptance and tolerance. And with this one is accepting the things that may not happen quickly. And that's anything. I gave you a few examples of that. So accepting the things that may not happen. I don't know. This one's not writing good. Happen quickly. We may switch between black and that one because it's, I don't know, it's, the tip seems different. The next one is calm. So in those moments, like I said, I told you that I feel agitated, I feel anxiety. So for this one, I want to say not losing my temper or getting agitated. So not losing my temper or getting agitated. Okay. We're going to go back to the brown just so we can alternate so it doesn't look crazy. Number 3 is waiting. And I'm going to tell you, this is another word that I don't like. Like, I'm being very transparent. I don't know, waiting, you know, again, that's that agitation. Again, that's that patience. So waiting without complaining. Waiting without complaining. Why is it taking so long? You know, what are they doing back behind there? If I'm in line, like getting food, are they buying up the whole store? Are they buying up everything? Like, I will say those kinds of things. You're at the cashier. Why is she moving so slow? You know, like, these are things that run through my mind, you know, because this person isn't moving at the speed that I expect them to. So endurance. So with endurance, it's withstand hardships without resentment. So withstand hardships without resentment. Okay, and then number 5, which is the last one, is forbearance. I talked about that kept coming up in my study. Forbearance. So with forbearance is acting on negative impulses. Acting on negative impulses. Okay, so those are my my nuggets or takeaways, and then or main ones. And then my main takeaway, which I have written right here, we're gonna do this one in black since we don't like that brown. So or should I do that in red? Let's do that one in red. Okay, red, I'm going to say trials and sufferings in my life have paved the way. I need to put something hard to write on or something. This may be too high. It's too high. I need something else to write on. Okay, there we go. Okay, pave the way for my faith to be tested. And gradually, for patience to develop. Through the help of Christ. So that's my takeaway. So we have gotten everything filled out. I'm going to zoom you out just a bit so you can kind of see everything. And we are going to put some stickers down. We're going to use some of the new releases. I don't have a whole lot of space. I have some space right here. So I definitely want to use some of this extra large if I can, because the extra large deco is my absolute favorite. So I'm trying to see. I do love this one so much. Let's go with this one. Her stickers feel like they peel off like butter. It's so good. I love it so much. And I really want to use this typewriter. I don't even know if it's going to fit up here. Nope, it's not going to fit. I just want to use the typewriter so bad. But I don't think that it's going to fit anywhere. So I'll just save that probably for my everyday planner. I have a stack of books. We might can do like a little bit of layering with this, maybe. Trying to see. There's a floral. Let's see. There's this floral. I can do something. Oops, my bracelet's caught. So I do a little layering there. And then she has these little, what do you call those? Ink things? I don't remember what you call those. But it's cute though. And then on this side, let's see, we have a little bit of room right there that we could put something. have these cute little, oh, this one's cute too. My space is so limited. I'm trying to use like little things that I can put like here. Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna have to do a little bit of layering, I think. So we're gonna put that there. Take that and put that there. And I'm going to take, I think this is like a journal, I think. Take that and put that there. There's this little cup that I want to use. And just put that right there. And let me move these extra large stickers so I don't get confused, because I'm using smaller stickers. So we could, I guess we could layer this one, that one, maybe that one together, just to put that at the bottom. And then do we need something like right there? They have this pen, which I think is so pretty, this fountain pen. I wish I had a little bit more floral. I think that's so cute. I love that. So we're gonna go back to this page here, and I just gotta do it. And I want to put the coffee. I thought I had another. There it is. Another coffee mug. Like right there. Okay, perfect. I do have this open space here, but I think it would look like kind of funny if I put something there. So we're just going to leave it as is. But I think that it came out so good. I love it. Absolutely love it. Leave your comments and everything down below. Let's start a conversation, especially about patience, if you feel comfortable in doing so. I just want to remind you that I am a part of the Faith Loop group, and I mentioned at the beginning of the video that we are all doing faith-related videos with using the word patience in so many different ways. So make sure that you check out everyone's video. I have a link to the next video. I'm not sure who that will be, but I have a link to the next video linked below if you want to go and check out everyone's video and see what everyone is talking about in regards to patience. Thank you so much for joining me here at Danielle's Desk. If you enjoyed doing a word study on patience, please give the video a thumbs up. If you would like to see more content from me, consider subscribing, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.